There's a man living in my reflection. I've always been a rational person. I don't believe in ghosts, demons, or anything supernatural. That's why what's been happening to me for the past few weeks doesn't make sense. Or maybe I just don't want to believe it. It started subtly, so subtly that I brushed it off. I'd glance in the mirror and think I saw something slightly off. My reflection lingered for a fraction of a second after I turned away. Not much. Just enough for my brain to register something was wrong before dismissing it. I chalked it up to stress. Work had been brutal, and I wasn't getting enough sleep. My mind was playing tricks on me, that's all. But then, things escalated. One morning, I was brushing my teeth when I saw my reflection blink, except I hadn't blinked. My breath caught in my throat, my toothbrush frozen mid-motion. I stood there staring at myself, waiting for it to happen again. It didn't. My reflection copied my every move perfectly, as it should. I forced a laugh. Lack of sleep. That had to be it. I ignored the unease settling in my chest, but then it happened again. And again. Subtle, tiny movements that didn't match mine. My reflection would tilt its head a little too far. Its smile would linger a little too long after mine faded. The changes were minuscule, but once I started noticing them, I couldn't stop. One night, I decided to test it. I set up my phone to record while I stared at the mirror. I moved slowly, deliberately, making sure to control my every action. When I played back the video, my stomach dropped. In the reflection, I moved in perfect sync with myself until I didn't. For a single frame, my reflection's eyes flicked to the camera, as if it knew what I was doing. I didn't sleep that night. Over the next few days, I avoided mirrors as much as I could. When I had to use one, I did it quickly, refusing to meet my own eyes. But avoidance wasn't enough. My reflection, whatever it was, wanted my attention. It started knocking. At first I thought it was my neighbors, a soft, rhythmic tapping, usually late at night. But then I realized it wasn't coming from my walls. It was coming from the mirror. I stared at it, my breath shallow. The knocking was light, insistent, like fingers tapping against glass. My reflection stood still, but I knew it was the one knocking. Then came the whispers. I don't know how to describe the sound. It was like hearing a voice underwater, distorted and distant. It wasn't loud, but it was constant, just at the edge of my hearing. I couldn't make out the words, but I felt them crawl under my skin, burrowing into my brain. I had to do something. I covered every mirror in my apartment with sheets. The knocking stopped. The whispers faded. I finally got a full night of sleep. But this morning, I woke up to find every single sheet on the floor, and written on my bathroom mirror, in what looked like condensation, were two words: let me. I don't know what it wants. I don't know what will happen if I let it. But I'm afraid, terrified, that I won't have a choice much longer. Because just now, as I was writing this, I caught a glimpse of my laptop screen's reflection. And my reflection. It wasn't writing. It was smiling.